Boom. Anyway, so today, this bad boy, that's not necessary. Anyway, this guy, yeah, he's shorting on the track. Whenever I put him down, it just shows a straight up short, and I'll show a clip of that in a second of what's happening. But yeah, and I'm not real sure what's possibly wrong with this, because I just fixed this. Like, I just gave it a refurb and it was fine, and then it just kind of one day and went ah. But you know, it could be this wire right here. Here, let me show you a close. That don't look quite right. It's not supposed to be that close to the gear, but we're about to see. Right, let me zoom in for y'all so you don't have to absolutely squint to see all this crap. But anyway, let's get this guy apart. And I'm pretty sure that's just going to be the problem, that right there. But I'm going to go ahead and take the body off so I don't absolutely destroy it. And I'm already destroying it because I'm tightening the screw because I'm retarded. Disclosure, I'm from the South. So, South United States, obviously. So that is not an offensive term where I'm from. Although I should probably refrain from using it, because it's not the nicest thing to say. But anyway, it just means dumb. Anyway, I'm being dumb is what I'm doing. So anyway, let's take off this base keeper plate. And let's see what is wrong and why it is shorting. Ooh. So why you shorting, bro? That didn't help much at all, not gonna lie. I don't know why. Let me go put it. Okay, so it is no longer shorting, so it's something to do with this base keeper plate. And I'm assuming it's touching somewhere right here on this. So, and there's not a wire loose, surprisingly. So what I'm going to do is do what any Southern person would do, is get some tape. Anyway, and we're just going to put it around that piece of metal, because I'm pretty sure this piece of metal right here is actually carrying the opposite current, whether it's positive or negative. So I'm just going to put it over that and hopefully remedy the issue. Okay then, just okay. Here we are at the track. And it was shorting before, so oh lord, had it on. Anyway, if it's still shorting, this will come up. So, huh? Still shorting. So back to the drawing board. I don't know what it could be. Because if that's not it, what could it be then? Let's try it with out the coupling. I don't know. Maybe that'll do something. Huh. It wanted to work, but then it didn't work. So next thing is I'm gonna just try applying power directly to the motor and see what happens. Let me get that all hooked up. We got 2 leads here. Let's see what happens. Maybe the motor's burnt. That wouldn't make sense, though. I literally just had this thing going, bro. I see the problem. Really, bro? Is that really going to be the problem? If you didn't see that, this piece of wire is what holds the brushes in, and this right here, this little sleeve is supposed to isolate one side of this wire so it doesn't short. And it may or may not have been touching. Or wasn't touching, and the wire was touching both brushes. So if that's the case. Oh. Yep. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna just put some super glue on that so it doesn't move. Oh, you can't even see it. Anyway, so what was wrong was this little sleeve right here that isolates this wire from shorting wasn't all the way on, so it was like shorting because the wire was touching both brushes. So yeah, I can't believe I'm okay. Like, wow. I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on the edge of that so it doesn't move. Tiniest amount. Okay, I'll show y'all this working once I get it back together. Okay, here I am putting this thing on the track. And a moment of truth. Hammer. Bad boy got it going. It's a really smooth runner too for its age. It's super old, like probably what, 60s, 70s? But yeah, on to the next one. This is the next locomotive we're gonna be trying to fix. It's an old Hornby A1 class. It's Spearmint, but it's an old tender driven one. If you know anything about these, are kind of turds sometimes, but see what happens with this bad boy. This one powers on. Oh, something. A little bit of something, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, I know what's wrong with this. I'll show y'all over at the workbench, hold on. So anyway, just telling y'all I know what's wrong with this. It's nothing to do with this. Perfectly fine. It is this right here. This is my ghetto fix. And there used to be a little spring there, which needs to be there to help with current. And it fell off. It just fell off and needs to be put back because that spring's there to help keep the current is constant, because this picks up power from one of the rails on this wheel set and throws it to the back of the tender, and the tender picks up the other side, but it throws it through this. This is all metal. It goes up through the base keeper plate into this, through the screw into this, through the coupling. And if that spring's not there, it's hard for it to keep a constant current. That's why you see it kind of stuttering forward once it loses, and it regains it, and then it stops. But yeah, so we got to add that spring back, which is done with soldering. And I have the spring, believe it or not. I found the one that I used. If I can, yeah, it's right here. And I'm gonna actually try and sit it on top this time. That way it's harder for it to fall off. Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. I may take that whole wheel set off to try and make this process easier. And it may make it harder, I don't know. But yeah, I gotta get the soldering iron and solder, and we'll go from there. Soldering iron's getting warmed up. Just cleaned it off over here to my left because it's the only... This is gonna be hard for me to film. If my head gets in the way, I'm sorry. Ain't much I can do here without having to try and put what little solder was on there back. Probably gonna have to go back and add more. I'm trying to heat this piece of metal. It's not wanting to stick to this piece of metal. Let's do this. And then should be able. No? Okay, so power is not getting from wheels to this. This is fine. It's just not getting from here to here. What about here? Oh. Oh, a little. No, it's not. Okay, that makes sense. So it's not making it from the bogey to this, I think. So more ghetto soldering. Let's try this again. Hot. There we go. Now that we've done that, let's go test it on the track. Okay. Power's on, turning up now. Yeah. Totally expected it to work. Anyway, he's smooth rider too, but I mean it's also a tender driven one, so it makes sense that's a little quiet. So, I got these two bad boys working, and now I'll give y'all a little bit of a running session with them.